Welcome, everybody. Eddie Trunk here, Trunk Nation time. Faction Talk, Sirius XM Channel 103, or the Sirius XM app, live at 3 o'clock Eastern, noon here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, where it is actually cooler than it is on the East Coast right now. I guess the heat dome is back in my home area of New York, New Jersey, and the humidity, I'm hearing about it from everybody back there. It's actually been a fairly mild, by comparison, July here in Vegas. It's been under 100 and zero humidity, or very little humidity, which makes a world of difference. Actually been great. At night, it's been unbelievable. So, yeah, it's funny, people bang on about the heat in Vegas, and yeah, it gets hot in the summer, but it's actually way better here now than it is in the Northeast. But anyway, wherever you are, I hope you're enjoying nice weather. I hope you have a good weekend, and thank you for joining me for a couple hours to talk rock music. Much appreciated. It has been a very, very crazy week, to say the least, a very eventful week, a very sad, eventful week with the passing of Ozzy Osbourne, the passing of Hulk Hogan yesterday being reported on. I mentioned some more lesser reported things, but the guitar player from Golden Earring passing away, the jazz musician Chuck Mangione passing away. So just an awful week. And of course, in our world, just catastrophically awful with the loss of this loved icon, which has dominated the news and conversation for the last few days, and I imagine will as we go forward, as we continue to touch on this. But I am totally freaked out right now, and I don't want to take a ton of time on this, but it's super important, I think. And I want to just share something with you. So last night I went to dinner with some friends here in Vegas. One of them being Jason Hook. If you guys probably know Jason. He's been on the show. He's done the Canadian Roundtable a couple times with him. Great dude, great musician. Played with everybody from Hilary Duff to he was in Five Finger Death Punch for years, up until a few years ago. Now has the band Flat Black. He was one of the people that made that great Doc Hired Gun. Anyway, Jason and I, group of friends, we're all at dinner and we're talking. And Jason, somehow the AI thing came up. And Jason said he's working on his next record in his studio and all this stuff. And I brought up that story. Remember we had that story a few weeks ago about this alleged fake AI band that already had a bunch of streams on Spotify. And Jason was like, yeah, fuck that, man. Understandably, anybody who's a musician who writes and records their music is not a fan of computers out of thin air generating songs, performances, music, lyrics. I mean, you can understand how unbelievably catastrophic of a threat that is to people who write and record songs. But we are right here now, folks, with this whole implications of AI moving at an unbelievable rate for good and bad. It's something that comes up constantly. So Jason, I said, yeah, I don't fully understand all the implications of this, right? So Jason said to me, I'll show you something. He goes, there are AI programs that you can subscribe to. You pay a fee. And literally, all you do is go onto the program. Now, I do not use AI yet. I mean, I haven't, it's built into my phone. I got the new iPhone. I know it's on I see it come in on my computer at times, but I don't go on ChatGPT or anything. I haven't done any of that stuff yet. But it's everywhere. You can't escape it now. It's insane what's happening. Again, I don't want to be an alarmist. I don't know, good, bad. I don't know. I think there's pros and cons to everything. I don't know how this shakes out. Are we all extinct in a year? I don't know. Are we all, the upside is cancer is a thing of the past in a year? Great. I don't know. Nobody knows. You hear everything, right? But I do know that musicians and friends of mine who are musicians are very concerned, understandably, by this. Anybody that's in any sort of creativity job is concerned about it. Speaking of my son wants to be a writer. He just graduated high school. I told him, I said, have another plan. Gigs are being taken. AI is writing articles now. We were talking last night at dinner. It used to be you went to school to code for computers. Those jobs are gone. Now the computer codes itself. You see these offices or studios or buildings. I see them in Vegas. Kids learn how to code. They start closing. So there's a lot going on here. But on the music side, we've started to see some stuff like these fake bands and stuff that don't even really exist starting to get traction, streams, whatever. And Jason and many other musicians are vehemently against this, obviously, and vehemently against promoting these platforms and perpetuating it. But like I just hung up with him on the phone. I was like, you know what? I feel like I won't give the name of the program out of respect to him, and I understand where he's coming from. But they're public things. Anybody can subscribe to these programs. You got to pay a fee. And I understand. But I told him, I said, I feel like it's almost like, well, there's this thing called television, but don't tell anybody about it yet. And in a month, everybody's going to have a TV. It's like the horse is out of the barn. It's insane. So to tell you and now this just hit me like a ton of bricks, what he's talking about, because Jason woke up this morning and went into his studio here in Vegas, and he just went into this program and typed in my name, Trunk Nation, Sirius XM, Faction Talk 103, Talk That Rocks. And the program has generated in like 3 minutes theme songs for this show about me. And 2 different sets of lyrics and different music. So 2 versions with the same lyrics with just different music. And it was like lightning because he did a version. The first version he sent me just kept saying Eddie Trunk Nation. It was kind of catchy, actually. I have that one too. But then Jason was like, all you got to do is add stuff in the prompts and it will expand on the lyrics. So he said, give me a couple more prompts. I said, okay, put Sirius XM, put Faction Talk, put Talk That Rocks, put live daily 3 p.m. Eastern. I just gave him the stats, the facts. And I'm assuming, my name, the AI will go into Google or Wikipedia or whatever and find out about me and who I am, whatever's online about me. And I talked to Jason. Jason said, there's no, it's funny because when you play songs, there's publishing and they got to be accounted for with record companies and people who wrote the songs. There's none of that with this because it was done by a computer. This has tripped me out. I was on the phone with them literally minutes before I came on the air. So this is totally fresh and it's just in my head. And it's not about the song. This is about the bigger message and the threat to the creation of music going forward. I'm telling you guys, mark this date and time. July 25th, 2025 at 3 o'clock, 3:11 Eastern time. You might want to say to yourself, I remember the time when music ended. I remember that time when, there used to be a thing where people actually wrote and recorded, human beings wrote and recorded music. Joel, I sent you 2 of the songs with different music on each. So just run through them. Again, the lyrics are the same on 2 of the songs, but because you can go in and go, okay, give me another one, but add this. Give me another one and just change the tempo, or give me more aggressive, less aggressive, this kind of vocal. This is 100% computer generated, written and performed completely by a computer. There are no musicians. There are no vocalists. There's nothing but a computer program that did this by punching in a couple prompts into this program, which I will not name out of respect to Jason, because he doesn't want to perpetuate this stuff. I get the battle and I'm with him, but I mean, it's a marketed thing, but I'm not going to put it out how he did it. But it was literally done in like 60 seconds, 2 minutes. Joel, just play it from the top and just let it go through the first or second verse. Listen to this.
On the airwaves, late at night, turn the dial, feel the fire ignite. Got the legends and the stories untold. Rock and roll forever, never gets old. He's the voice that keeps the metal alive. Turn it up loud when you're ready to drive. It's Rock Nation on the station. Faction Talk 103 across the nation. Sirius XM, let the speakers scream. Eddie Trunk's living every rock fan's dream. Talk that rocks. Rock Nation. Faction Talk.
Joel, pull this one out. I mean, is that insane? Joel, that's the first time you heard that. Is that
yeah,
insane?
that is the first time I heard that. That's pretty awesome. I'm pretty sure you're gonna get hit up on socials. Be like, guys, Eddie, send us that song. We want it. We want it.
Oh yeah. I mean, we could put that on. I mean, okay. So the only thing in listening to it that's a little off is it references night. You know, crank it up at night. And I told Jason the show's on during the day. Well, the replay's at night. But I mean, so you would just have to go in to fix that, and in the prompt, you know, write you'd write program airs afternoon. So it would just, you know, they would just change the word. But you guys got to understand something. Not only was that written by AI, but it's totally performed by AI. There are no actual musicians on that. There is no singer. There is no guitar player, drummer. It is a completely computer-generated song. It is tripping me out.